Hello. Hi everyone, welcome to Crazy Trades 24/7. In this live stream, we are going to focus on gold, silver, Bitcoin, Euro USD, and all the major and minor Forex pairs. So before New York markets opens, let's begin with gold and let's see how gold is expected to do today. Yes, as you can see, price has consolidated in a sideways direction. This is the range which gold has formed here. This immediate resistance is at 4055, and from the lower side, there is a support at 4011. Within this range, price has been consolidating since yesterday 8 a.m. I mean, yes, since yesterday 8:30 a.m., price is consolidating within this range. So it's been around more than 24 hours. And after this consolidation, we are expecting a breakout on the upper direction. The main reason behind that is price has already given a breakout above this a bearish trend line. This is a declining trend line which is intact here on the price chart. And after giving a breakout above it, price has retested this immediate resistance. And currently, it seems like it's retracing. And also, there is a clear sign of price bottoming up. You can clearly see this is the 2-day long decline. After the decline, price has consolidated in the sideways range. And after this consolidation, it's showing its signs of resuming in the upper direction. So we have to wait here till some clarity emerges, and only after the clear breakouts and sustenance above the level of 4055, we would be looking for fresh entries. So for today, our outlook on gold is pretty much on the bullish direction. We would be expecting a bullish to sideways directional moves today. But I suspect to see, a flattish move today on gold. The main reason behind is that FOMC Federal Reserve interest rate decisions is dropping at 11:30 today. So we might see a sideways movement today and very low volume today. Because of the low volume, I personally don't feel that confident in taking trades on either direction. Biasness is definitely on the bullish direction, but taking trades is something which I think we should be very aware of. The fact is, today there is a very big event which is lined up, and taking a trades today might result into some catastrophic effects. We should only be taking trades on a smaller time frames. Carrying a trade overnight is not something which I am looking for today. Once the data is released and once the market is settled down, then only we'll be looking for some positional trades. For today, on gold, taking a long trades above this level does make sense, but we need to be take special care of the fact that today is a very big event which is lined up. So yes, we are expecting gold to move in the upper direction today. It's just that price is consolidating, and this is a nice consolidation. You can clearly see price has again got rejected uh, at 1 p.m. today. And this was from the exact point from where previous swing was, previous swing has faced rejection. So this is the same level, and after getting rejected, it has not given a breakout below this level of 4022, which means price is showing some bullish biasness here. After retracing, it has not given a breakout below the previous swing's low, which it had made here. And I suspect this price might, decline till this level of 4021 to retest this strong bearish trend line, which was intact here since 27 July. Now that it had given a breakout above it, price might retest this level and again might take a bounce back from this level to continue in the upper direction. Next, we have silver. And on silver, we have seen a decline as well, as we are aware that both silver and gold move in the similar direction. Only the magnitude differs. Silver shows an amplified moves of the move of the price movement that we generally see on gold. Since gold is up today and silver is also up, gold has shown around 0.5% up move today, while silver was up around 1.5%. So this is the main difference between these two assets. More or less, they both moves in the similar direction. On silver, price has given a breakout above 57.7. After giving breakout above this level, price has moved upward, but it couldn't retest this level of rejection. I mean, we were expecting price to retest this rising trend line from the outside, and again, after the retest, to face some rejection here. Hi, Mohit Gautam. Hi, brother. How are you? BTC and Ethereum. Fine. Let's see. Great. Brother, I have bearish outlook on Bitcoin. I mean, we should be looking for shorting trades on Bitcoin, but only after a consolidation. Immediately, I don't see any trade here. Let the price consolidate here for some more time, and only after that, I'll be looking for some shorting trades. Because if you look at the outlook from higher time frames, this is clearly a rejection point at which Bitcoin is currently trading. This is the bearish trend line which is intact here since 21st July. And from this very trend line, you can clearly see price has rejected two times. This was the first rejection that came here, and this is second rejection. And while we have connected all these, this level, I mean, if price retests this level, then we would be looking for some really good shorting opportunity on Bitcoin. On a smaller time frame, you might see Bitcoin on a bullish direction. Yes, FOMC effect is going to be there, but that's going to be on the late in night, right? It's going to be out at 11:30 if I'm not wrong. So before that might be market. I mean, as you are, if you are following this program from a long time, then you must be aware of the fact that most of the FOMC meetings, is preceded by some low volume market movements. So today that is the case. We have seen very less volume on gold, silver, Bitcoin, and every other assets because obviously the kind of magnanimity this FOMC meetings results holds. It's still not clear, and to be honest, you need to find some really good setup before you enter any trade. It has already started to consolidate. It has to come down. Looking at the price structure, I don't see any strength on the Bitcoin from this time. I mean, earlier it was showing some strength given a breakout above 64,000. I Yeah, I have oh, thanks, brother. I have started YouTube around 3 months ago. So you are new to this. How long have you been trading? On YouTube, I am the new. Uh, it's not been a long time me being here, but yes, I've been trading for a long time. Oh, great. You're trading since 5, 6 years. That's a lot of, yeah, same time, brother. I have entered the market during or after the COVID era. I mean, in 2020s, I have started learning. And after that, I mean, after trading for a few months, I found out about this incredible, curriculum of CMT. Then I went through it, and then the real stuff begin in my life. So CMT is basically, I mean, if you would Google it, you'll get it much better. But if I were to explain it, it's you know gold a gold level course on which is specifically made on the technical analysis. I mean, if you are trying to understand technical analysis better, like the kind of all the big stuff that people speaks on the big firm, like how they interact, what is HFT, and kind of all the strategies stuff. All those stuff is something which they have curated, and it's a big organization. Basically, they train you for uh, trading stuff. I mean, this is all the candlestick things you see here. That's a gold level course, kind of a course. It's a basically a charter. Its full form is Chartered Market Technician, CMT. So they train you for uh, technical analysis and trading as a whole. Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. You must check it out. This is the kind of a structure I'm expecting here, by the way. I mean, if price forms this kind of a structure here, then it would be very clean setup to take a short. Okay, you trade liquidity only. Basically, SMC is what you are talking about, right? Yes, that works pretty well, I guess. I mean, I personally don't prefer that liquidity stuff. I stick to my price action and the some of the strategies which I have created. And apart from that, I don't, try to deviate a lot. Try to stick with my strategies, which has been, tested multiple times. Yes. I think there will be short somewhere around 65K tonight after FOMC. Maybe. I mean, shorting is the overview which you and must have in your head. Looking at the price structure, you should be looking for fresh short entries. If you are correct in this, I mean, half of the battle you have already won. Now you just need to find some really good structure and then take a short. I'm personally not interested into taking all those small time frames trades. Basically, on Bitcoin, I prefer taking some really big trades, like these kind of trades. I mean, where there is something substantial to gain. Otherwise, on cryptos, it doesn't make sense because the kind of risk you are undertaking, if you are not getting some really good deal here, I don't see a point while trading crypto. It would be better for me to stick to the Forex segment altogether. Crypto and gold is something which I'm, doing, but I'm not that much into it. I'm from Chhattisgarh. Where are you from, brother Mohit? And how old are you? I mean, if you are trading since 5 years, 6 years, then you must be around 25 or 24. I mean, this is my wild guess. Okay, you are from Delhi. I have shifted to Chhattisgarh around 3 to 4 months ago. Before that, I was also in Delhi. I was studying there. I did graduation in Delhi only. Oh, you are 28. Nice. Delhi is currently in pretty rough state, I guess. It's quite raining quite heavily, isn't it? I have my friends there. They told me that it's raining quite uh, incredibly. Oh, that's great. Good to know that. Where are you based on? I mean, where in Delhi, uh, if I may know? You must be very busy these days. I mean, after all, you are a CA. I am quite surprised that how are you getting time to watch these YouTube lives? This is one more confirming thing that if you look at this complete downswing, the price has given a correction to this downswing. This is a corrective rally, and this corrective rally had reached this 0.618 level on Fibonacci scale. So this is yet another a layer of more, one more layer of confirmation for us, which has made our case stronger for the bearish thesis. Oh wow, you should. I mean, but what kind of content are you going to do there? Some CA related stuff or kind of trading related? Oh, live trading itself. Great, eh? Come on, let's hustle together. All the best to you. I mean, structurally, if you ask me, Ethereum seems more convincing to me. You can clearly see there is a, there is a resistance which has evolved here. This is a clean level which above which price has been, failing to give a breakout from. This is 1928 level. Above this level, price is failing badly to show any moves on the higher direction. So some, if it consolidates here for some more time, then we might see some lower levels as well. I mean, if you ask me the support thing, this is the only level which I see. But this is very wide. We need some narrow support, which is very near to its resistance, so that we could place our stop loss at the consolidations range high. And in that way, our risk reward would be very improved. Maybe we should be looking for some more consolidation. What do you think, Mohit, of Ethereum and Bitcoin? I mean, you have already told us that Bitcoin is going to get to the lower levels after FOMC. But do you find Bitcoin or Ethereum among these two, which is more convincing to you? Okay, you're expecting both to decline. But looking at both of these charts, Ethereum seems, I mean, less bullish, less bearish to me. Well, Bitcoin is continuously breaking its important lows. I will short BTC from 65K, Ethereum from 1950. You are planning to short Bitcoin from 65K. Okay. And Ethereum from 1950. Yeah, this would be the ideal situation. But I don't see Ethereum, giving a breakout of this 1928 level itself. This has itself made a strong territory here. Clearly see you have, I mean, Ethereum has, it had got resistance or maybe a rejection from this very level almost 4 to 5 times in the past. First, second, third, fourth. Maybe Ethereum is not going to hold for very long. Let's see silver. That would be the very incredible, opportunity if silver gives a breakout below 56.54. This would be, I mean, a really nice opportunity for the short sellers. Then you will be directly targeting this 54.87. Okay, you'll be then You'll be taking this trade in the night. I mean, you're planning to wake. I don't think we'll be waiting. I'm too tired to, take these opportunities. I'll be instead waiting for tomorrow. And personally, I don't prefer, taking trades at these moments. And the kind of events which are lined up, I mean, it's not worth taking those risks, in my opinion. But again, if it works for you, all the best. Oh, that's again incredible feat. Last 90-day win ratio is somewhere around 80%. What is your risk reward? I mean, what are the kind of risk reward you seek for? And what's the time frame you prefer? I mean, are you an intraday kind of a person or you are okay with holding the position for a day or two? And is there any system-based trading, or are you also on a discretionary side of the trading world? Yes, gold has finally declined from the support that it was forming earlier, 4026. I think gold is cooked now. What do you think? Is it going to take a support from this level or it's going to give a breakout altogether? I feels like it should take support, but looking at the structure on the higher time frames, even a breakout makes sense to me. Looking at this big decline, price had already given a breakout below 4022, and since then it's been consolidating at this level. So this might be a continuation move if price gives a breakout below these level and retest this 3960. Yeah, that's what I feel. It might go down. I mean, US oil is up by 6.5%. Something hell has, broken out. Let me check on Forex Factory. Trump on Iran going to let them keep talking. Will be hitting Iran hard. I mean, this guy has really messed up the trading world. Look at the kind of responses he, makes. Will be hitting Iran hard. And Zup, look at the crude oil. This spike is itself a 2.5% spike. I mean, he's really messed up. He should be our mentor, right? All the trading calls that he'll give, it will have only 100% accuracy. If anybody knows where prices are going to be, then the person is Trump, and nobody except him knows anything. Homelander of trading. Well said. Yes, we can prepare for a short here. No, I generally don't prefer. I mean, taking trades live and discussing it together all together, they don't make sense. Trump is rank one idiot. No doubt about it. Shivam, welcome, brother. I mean, if you look at the Forex factory, then you'll find out what kind of cuss words people, try to throw on them. If you want, just look at these. I mean, he's literally a joke. And it's so bad that I even find it very funny on a live stream. Sometimes I end up reading comments on the live stream, and people are watching all those comments. Yeah, he was an old poor man. I don't know where he is now. शिवम भाई का एसएल लग रहा है अभी लगा है yes शिवम is that right? Have you taken long positions today on gold? I mean, I won't be lying if I say you that I was planning to take long above 4055. This was the level which I had initially in my mind, and rightly so. I mean, even I was having itch in my fingers when price reached this level of 4038, because this was seems like a nice level to take a long trade. But I avoided this level and instead I went for 4055. I'm saved, brother. Like literally. मोहित भाई ट्रेलिंग एसएल लगा है एसएल टू एसएल भाई where have you guys placed your stop loss and on which direction are you planning? I mean, up until now it was on the bullish side, but the kind of moves we have seen, if price gives a breakout below this red candle's low, then I'm all in for the short trade. 4010. Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's the right thing to do at this moment of time. I mean, when these people are fighting here to decide the trend of the price, why to enter at this moment? Let the trend be decided, and only after that we'll be initiating any trades. So during consolidation, it's completely fine to take a step back and just see the tamasha that's going on. What is your opinion on today's interest rate decisions and what is the most probable scenario for gold and DXY? Look, Wall Street, who am I to say anything about interest rate? All the Wall Street analysts are expecting no change in the interest rate. So we should be going with that only. The only thing that I can do is, I can explain the logic behind it. Bullish FOMC, right? But I mean, end of the day, they are not trying to change the rates, right? People are not expecting. Let me pull up the calendar here. Like, see this? This is a uh, hell, man. Yes, this 0.35, 0.35, 3.75% is the forecast, and the last interest rate was also 3.75. There is not change which market is expecting. It all depends on the tones and the tonality of the Federal Reserve's chairman. But overall inflation is going to pick up in this month because I mean one thing which I really wanted to discuss here on this program. Let me pull up the oil chart. Right, this is the daily time frame, and I mean the inflation data that came up in past week or I mean in past couple of weeks. In that inflation data, we have seen inflation cooling off in United States. The reason behind the after effect of what we have seen here on FOMC minutes that people were discussing on interest rate is being getting cooled off. Now Fed is not going to think along the lines of hiking the rates. So kind of a personal channel. I mean we have a people or two. I mean we have a team and we are doing this and making a kind of a brand. So listen, of course, Mohit, this is what I'm really wanted to discuss. Uh, Look, today the July data of inflation which came up, it was the actual data which accounts for the inflation which was in the previous month, right? So the actual data which came up was for the month of June. So, and the thing is, in the month of June, price of the oil was steadily declining. I mean, it almost crashed by 22%. So, because of this very reason, we have seen an inflation cooling off in the report which got public in July. But the point which people are missing is this was just a momentarily effect. After this cool off, you can clearly see prices again started to hike. I mean, this is the crude oil. Energy prices are rising again, which means inflation is again going to kick in United States. And if it does so, I don't see, uh, you know, rate hikes as an impossible thing in the near future. Fed might keep this rates steady for this term, but in the next quarter, I suspect that prices, I mean, because of the inflation, interest rate is going to hike. Well, the energy prices are going to kill the Americans, I'm sure. Have you guys heard about the gas price there? How much it's costing them? I mean, also, if you compare it with the past year uh, rates of the gas price, I mean, you'll be shocked to know people here in India are crying about it. But the kind of, dollars they are paying there, I mean, it's ridiculous. It all depends on the tone of Fed chairman today. Rate is going to be steady, no doubt about it, but he must be pointing towards some future hikes. Just look at this, how beautifully these charts are performing. I mean, even though it's a purely event-based, commodity, all the moves depends on any events, any news, any announcements. But even after all those limitations, look at the price chart and the technical analysis. It's following. It's completely and fully respecting the price levels. This is 77.8 level from where price has bounced back almost three times in the past. And from that exact level, it has again found a base and given a good bounce back. I mean, no doubt about it, people, I mean, when people say that price discounts everything, it really does. You can clearly see here on charts. Brother, this was not an entry. Don't be in the impression that I have taken a short here. This is just for the trade setup that I was mentioning you guys. Don't fall for it. And I mean, you guys are smart enough. Anything else that you guys want to discuss? Any specific pairs, forex pairs, or any indices? How FOMC is going to impact gold if the data remains same? What will happen? I mean, if data remains same, then you might expect some heightened volatility and nothing else. I mean, price movement won't be that decisive in my sense. Because if FOMC data would have been on some hawkish side, then you might have expected the decline on gold. I mean, if they were expecting to rise the rates, then you might have expected to decline, gold to decline and DXY to rise. And opposite of that, when they would be, planning to cut the rates. But I don't think there would be any decisive moves here on gold or silver. This range is already built here. Price might be consolidating here within this range or give a breakout, and most probably that's going to be a fake out. I would personally, I won't suggest you to take trades on those moments. I mean, you have all the time to take trades. Why would you like to, I mean, have a trades at these heightened and hyped up situations? Instead, you should be waiting and, just be watching the market unfolds. Falls should continue to 64K in coming hours. Okay, that's what you expect. Currently, it's 64,323. It has started to form a formation here. This is a nice topping formation. Let it evolve, the right shoulder, then it would be nice head and shoulder. We are expecting this formation here. Straight down to 64K. That's courageous, I must say. What are you talking, brother? 64K or 63K? Is there any typo error or because 64K is just 200 points below the current level, 300 points. Okay, so you are expecting price to retest this resistance here, right? Which was earlier acting as a resistance. You are expecting price to retest this level. Is that what you are expecting? Okay. Join our Telegram channel. I have sent a link there. Do you guys trade Forex as well? I mean, I know about the Shivam. Do you trade Mohit? Only crypto. That's great. Why you don't find gold and silver that interesting? Or it doesn't show the kind of moves you are expecting here on crypto. How many GFs do you have? Why do you want to know why this kind of position, brother? How many do you expect me to have? I mean, the question is quite tricky. बेयर मार्केट में ऑल्ट्स शॉर्ट्स करने में मजा अलग है. Yeah, I can agree with those. Brother, I am not a playboy. You are expecting me to have three, four girlfriends at once. It would have been more, nice to say that how many girlfriend had you have in the past. Now you're expecting me to have three, four at once. माफ कर भाई. What are the altcoins that you are looking for? I mean, you generally watch out. I mean, there was a one time I had given a lot of time watching the altcoins, but I mean, after some good thinking and after putting my lot of effort to it, I figured out that altcoins is only made for taking short trades. You cannot expect any long trades on altcoin. And as you rightly mentioned, that taking a short trades on the altcoins is the you know right thing to do during bear markets. There's a very high chances of working out. I used to watch, there was a coin called TRX or Tron. It was in a long-term uptrend and it was going like anything. I had taken multiple long trades on those, and XRP, Dodge, Binance Coin, Solana. I mean, all those top 10 coins that's out there, apart from Bitcoin and Ethereum, of course. Shivam, you out of your job? I mean, you have holiday today? Okay, Dotcoin, Solana, Hypedose, ADA's Cardano, Shusi, Pepe. I mean, and the name of these altcoins, it's crazy. The kind of name you'll find on the altcoins, they put anything. I mean, it's just literally a joke. I'm on leave. Great. I guessed it. If you are on leave, you'll definitely join our live session, especially the New York ones. And now though we are only doing New York session. Dot. Let me check the dot. Just look at this, brother. Ultimate wealth destroyer. Imagine somebody have kept, purchased here at 55 and waiting for some, a decades to pass on so that he could multiply his wealth. Imagine the situation of that person sitting here, you know, taking long positions. But if you are on short side in this market, then not a joke, brother. Yeah, definitely. I agree with your point. Taking short entries on these altcoins does make sense because they don't have any real substance in it. I mean, I am, literally wondering, Mohit, whether you have, I mean, after all, you are a CA. Have you thought of taking, note of about what these coins mean and what are their prices are motivated by to give those moments? I mean, nobody knows in my sense. It's just the pure speculation. People are trying to take trades, and I agree. And I don't have any problem with that. But I really don't get it. I mean, why prices moves on these kind of assets? Pure speculations games are going on. What is the most weird advice you have ever received regarding your trading journey? Brother, in the beginning, only I have found some right mentors. So, I mean, it was kind of I'm kind of very fortunate. And the right learning modules I have been introduced through in the very beginning only. And the weird advice was, I won't say it as an advice, but the kind of the person was trying to uh, showcase me. Have to go by. Okay, sure, Mohit. Do subscribe to our channel and do join our Telegram channel as well. We'll be in touch. Thanks for joining. Goodbye. Thanks. Thanks for joining. Goodbye. Yes, advice. It's kind of a tricky situation. I need to think about it. भाई इतनी अंदर की बातें कैसे जान लेते हो तुम? डू आई नो यू मोहित? हैव यू मेट? तुम मिले हो मेरे से कभी? रियल रहोगे तो ज्यादा लोग कनेक्ट करेंगे। थैंक्स फॉर सजेशन। Yes, silver is again bouncing back from the support level. हाँ भाई, sure. No, brother, I actually think this political correct. Uh, I am not actively trying to be politically correct, but it's just that it comes naturally to me. I don't know why is that, but yes, if you are on a live stream, then I think your instincts are always active and you are looking for some, you know, and you are always on alert. And this is new to me. I mean, this might get correct itself uh, with time, maybe. But have you sensed the same, Shivam? Gold trying to save itself. I think this consolidating range is ultimate one and it's going to last till the FOMC data is out. कल मैंने एक बंदे की बात सुनी, वो बोल रहा था कि उसने ऐसे बंदे बहुत कम देखे हैं, मतलब कि ना के बराबर, जो मोटे हो और ट्रेडिंग में पैसा बना रहे। कह रहा, फर्स्ट यू हैव टू बी फिट फिजिकली। सही बात है यार। भाई जिस तरीके से तुमने पहले प्लॉट सेट किया, उसके बाद जाके लास्ट में ब्रेक किया तुमने जोक को। फन। पता नहीं सच्चाई कितनी है इस बात में, बट इट्स डेफिनेटली फन। मे बी इट्स करेक्ट। बट जरूरी नहीं है यार। if you think of Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, he was also quite, you know, fat, but he's freaking billionaire. So if you, if I mean, you do count Rakesh Jhunjhunwala as a as a fat person, isn't? Don't you? Look at the that guy. What's his name? Warren Buffett. He's also quite, fat. He's not that fit. Yeah, exactly. I mean, don't take these, statements on its face value. People generally say with their own experience and say with their own, perception, and they generally try to, force it on the everyone, make it like an statement or a proven fact. It's not that. It's just their opinion. I mean, you should have asked how many fat traders have you met, and how many fat traders have shown you their P&L that they are not profitable. I mean, it's just gimmick, brother. One thing I could agree that a fit person can make decisions better. The psychology is very clear. So maybe that point I could agree with, but this, uh, you know, straight statements is something which I keep my distance with. Yes, gold has again bounced back. Yeah, that's what I told you that if you are fit, the only thing that it can help you with making better decisions, and taking decisions quickly is something which being fit can help you with. And this, if decision making is good here, then you can achieve better things. And especially in trading, you need to make your decisions very quickly, and that too with accuracy, with higher accuracy, in fact. So yes, that's definitely a thing here. Thing here. Now it has retested this bearish trend line. What do we think? I mean, this whole bullish setup that was formed here, I was not very confident of it. Anyway, I mean, you are already aware, Shivam, that from a very long time I'm looking for taking short trades on every rise. Every rally I'm taking short trades. I mean, I have taken shots here at these levels. However, yesterday short didn't go as planned, but yes, today also, if this levels gets a breakout on the lower direction, then I'll be looking for shorts. But if it does give a breakout below before FOMC, then I'm sorry, I'm not going to take that risk. Yes, Bitcoin is down. I think it's down. Yes, as Mohit was, telling us that it's going to give a breakout below straight away. It has started to give a breakout. I think it might reach as this level of 64,000, as he was saying. Let's see. The ultimate move which we should be looking forward to is price forming some nice consolidation, a nice formation here, and after forming that structure, if it gives below that level, then breakout of this rising trend and along with the formation breakout would result into some really big downswings. Yeah, I generally do. I generally prefer to take very less shorts, I mean less trades altogether during these events day. And if there are any positions left out on the table, then I generally try to close those. I mean, today itself, if you have noticed that I have given a trade on Telegram, which went quite nicely on Forex. But that trade was something which I was very conscious of, and I was thinking that if it hit its target, then fine. If it don't hit its target, then I'll be uh, telling people to square it off. But fortunately, it did hit the target before FOMC. And also, it was not on the USD pairs. It was on GBP JPY. So anyway, that was kind of immune. Which trade? I gave it on Telegram. Oh, you're not on the Telegram only, no? That's why. How would you find out? Again, on Forex, I generally give a trade with smaller target levels. I mean, mostly like 1:1 risk ratio trades with 20 pips kind of targets. On intraday levels, I do give trade on Telegram. Yes, gold has again given a bounce back and it's continuing its move till this immediate resistance, which is intact here. I don't think it's going to give a breakout on the upper direction now. Yeah, sure. Let me pull up the chart. Mm, it was an intraday trade. to 17.7. This was the basically trade which I gave. Yes, this was the trade I gave. On GBP JPY when it was declining and it was kind of a pullback, which I sensed it's going to get sold off on the higher levels. So I took a short trade here at these levels on smaller time frames, basically. And with the target of 20 pips, we achieved this level of 217.51. Do you think it's going to give a breakout on the lower direction before FOMC? What do you guys think? Will gold and silver give a breakout, out of this consolidating range before FOMC? Yes, the breakout is definitely going to be on the bearish side, but do you really think it's going to give a breakout below, before FOMC data is out? It's most likely to retest the 39.59 level. If this level is retested and given a breakout from, then the next support is at 3900. 3900, I mean, these levels might act as some demand zone, but again, it won't be as strong as these current levels. I mean, the price chart is very, scary if you look at the current situation. It's taking support of this very kind of a weak support level, 3900. If price did give a breakout below these levels, then I don't see any strong support up until the level of 32.54. I'm not saying price is going to correct that much, but yes, this is the situation here on pure technical basis. These are the minuscule supports, but I don't feel this is going to work out. It would be even nice. The structure would be even confirming and convincing if price forms some nice consolidation at these levels. I mean, otherwise we have to keep our stop loss at these level only, and this trade would be like 1.25 risk reward. If it consolidates here for some more time, then it would be very kind of the perfect situation. I mean, the ideal situation it would be, because in that case we'll be then able to trail our stop loss to the lower levels. I mean, you did attended yesterday's session, right, Shivam? Or you were not there? On yesterday's session, so you were there. Then you must have remembered this level that we were expecting a bounce back from these levels after price retraced till these levels, and we were saying that price might face a bounce back, and we were not sure of the fact that, I mean, which news would lead this price to give a bounce back. But yes, if you see any technical setup, then you better trust it, because news is going to evolve aligning with the kind of a structure price is forming. I mean, it was showing some sense of kind of it's going to give a bounce back, and aligning to that, we have seen today's news that you know the all the attacks you know has been reignited by the Iranians. If it crosses this high that price had made on 23rd July, 93.50, then it might shot up till this level of 116. And if it does, the whole economy, the world economy is going to get toasted. Yes, it's trying to continue further. Which level do you think as an appropriate here for stop loss? This one or these levels? I mean, the appropriate is obviously this one, but what did you think about DJ Trump? I think the teenagers in America needs to get their aim correct next time. I mean, the last time they missed, he missed, but next time he should not. He was a transgender guy, right? Who missed its aim. This time, I believe even FBI would be paying transgenders to, you know, for some aim practice. Draw fib from high to low, place the SL above 61 point. Okay, sir. Sorry, you are saying this high, right? 4036 level would be an appropriate one, isn't it? Yeah, even though we have, that's exactly that's what I'm saying. Even FBI guys would be, giving good trainings to these transgenders. That this time you should not miss. That person was from, LGBTQAI plus community, right? If I'm not mistaken. I mean, the day he got scratched on his ears, followed by a shootout, we were almost confirmed that Trump is going to win the election. And everybody was convinced with that fact that now nothing can stop Mr. Trump to become the president of the United States. I so want to give this trade. There's a podcaster, I think it's Prakhar Gupta, who have said that the mentor, the person who mentored the Trump, has told him to never apologize with anybody. I mean, there's a kind of a list of statements which his mentor has told him, and if you go by that, it's very kind of what do I call it? There's a term for it, and it's missing. Kindly, I'm not being able to recall that term, but it's kind of a very dictatorship kind of a system where a person uh, take complete, charge of the system, and he does everything he could. He think everybody around him is subordinate to him, and he can say anything he want. Pathetic situation. Even if you, I mean, I have seen some interviews of ex diplomats and some of the diplomats, obviously of the Indian diplomats. I mean, they guys literally fear the fact that president is Donald Trump because he can literally say and fuck up anything. Yeah, he's an attention seeker, big time attention seeker. What can you expect from a person if he's asking for a Nobel Peace Prize? I mean, the Nobel Prize is supposed to be awarded, but he's the one who is asking. And a person who have won the Nobel Prize, he has, gifted him, and he had accepted that gift. Saying what? That this is what I deserve. The Nobel committee doesn't has, this kind of responsible thoughts of giving Nobel to him. Do you know Prashant Dhawan, geopolitical analyst? Prashant Dhawan. I mean, I have to see his face. Let me Google it first. Prashant Dhawan. Maybe I'm missing his name, but let me see. Okay, no, I have not heard of him. Study IQ. Study IQ guy, right? I have not heard him, to be very honest. He has no face social media पर कोई photo नहीं है. Oh, interesting. Then I might not know him for sure. I generally do watch, podcast. I mean, I don't get time to watch podcasts at all, but even if I find some, time to get the sense of what's happening, then I do refer Mrs. Smita Prakash podcast. There they have, Sushant Shareen. There's a guy who generally focuses on geopolitics. Sushant Sareen is there. There's another guy whose his name is Abhijit Iyer Mitra, and there's a person called Abhijit Chavda. Yes, all these guys. I mean, I prefer their opinion rather than focusing on any article. Oh, really? Do you have that? On a YouTube channel. It would be nice if you could share that with me. I would love to see that. Have you heard of the Professor Zhang? But it will take a lot of time for you to explain. I mean, it must require a lot of typing. Sure, go ahead. Anyway, gold and silver is not showing good moves today, and we are anyway not expecting that. FOMC is lined up. I think it might give a bounce back, retest these levels, and again face rejection from these levels and start declining again. I'm not participating in this up move. Yeah, go ahead. चलेगा शिवम. Even after giving the breakout above this 57.69550, price couldn't sustain above it. And it again came back crashing down till this support level of 56.92. Now from here onwards, our outlook has shifted towards the bearish direction. We'll be looking for short trades. And the important level which I see on the price chart today is 56.54 on silver. If it gives a breakout below this, then we'll consider this sideways consolidation and a kind of up move as a correction or a corrective rally for the previous downswing. I mean, this was a good downswing that we had seen earlier. And after this downswing, this was kind of a corrective rally, and following to which we should be expecting a continuation move in the bearish direction. Overall, price trend remained bearish. This is the rising trend line which it broke from. After breaking down from this level, it has also given a breakout below this immediate strong, previous low. This was the previous swings low. It gave a breakout below it. Now it's consolidating, and after this consolidation, it's expected for silver to give a breakout on the lower direction and retest these, important and major support levels here at 54.9. Let me rename it. जो उन्होंने एक्सप्लेन किया था कि जब किसी को आउट ऑफ लिमिट जाके टॉर्चर किया जाता है तो फिर जब भी उसके पास पावर आती है वो सबको बर्बाद करना चाहता है किचन का फर्स्ट ओह what kind of torture did Trump faced? I mean, I'm wondering. इसके बाद जब ट्रम्प को मैंने केसेस में एक्सप्लॉइट किया गया उसका ट्विटर से अकाउंट सस्पेंड कर दिया गया था बहुत सारे केसेस ट्रम्प पर चलाए गए ओके and you think this on the second Trump he's taking revenge of that from the entire planet Earth maybe yes it has again retested this rising trend line now it might give a bounce back I mean there has to be some nice formation here at the top for us to take a short entry because this was a nice pullback that we had seen and this pullback got stopped out at the level of let me check the Fibonacci ratio Fibonacci level here so that we can get some additional confirmation yes just above the 0.618 level it faced strong resistance and rejection आप सोचो कि एक फॉर्मर यूएस प्रेसिडेंट को बार बार कोर्ट के चक्कर लगवाए गए थे एक टाइम ऐसा था कि ट्रम्प किसी भी बाहर के इंसान से मिलने को कभी मना कर दिया गया अच्छा you mean house arrest maybe you are correct brother maybe he is now on the revenge mode but he is not targeting any of its personal enemy all those who have given him such a hard time I don't think he's targeting those currently I think he's behind the entire world every country he see I mean you must have heard about the fact that he's again thinking along the lines of uh, putting some extra tariffs on India and China especially like along the lines of 100% is something which he's planning for I'm wondering what India has to do with all his suffering. Gold price movement alert. Gold is showing some really interesting moves. उसको बहुत ज्यादा हरास किया गया था उस टाइम पे। सिर्फ इसराइल एक ऐसा देश था जो ट्रम्प को ओपनली सपोर्ट करता था, इसलिए ट्रम्प इसराइल के लिए बहुत ही लोअर हैंड करता है। ओके, मे भी यार हो सकता है, बट अगेन दीज आर थीसिस आई थिंक। I mean, have you heard about the I don't remember that. Is that a book or something where it had mentioned that Trump is going to be the last president of the United States? And have you heard about the Professor Jiang? Of he's a Chinese origin professor uh, who had predicted this U.S.-Iran war and every other and some of the major events that happened in the past, like Venezuela attack was something which he had predicted long time ago. Trump was never a pro-Indian supporter. No political, no country is a permanent supporter of any country, brother. When he came to India, there was a big program, Howdy Trump. No, Howdy Modi, there was a program. There was a program here where he mentioned Vivekanandan, which people make fun of him till date. So all those were the publicity stunt and the political stunts. I understand those, but yes, if they see Namaste Trump, exactly. Namaste Trump was that. Uh, so these are political stunts. If they find their significance, they'll perform that. And we, the citizen here, are the most foolish species. At times when there was an election in the United States and when Trump was contesting, do you remember the images and the photographs of the people doing havans, keeping the Trump image alongside and praying with the God just that Trump wins? Now imagine what all those people would be doing right now. I mean, there's a blind support here in India, but all those big guys are not a foolish one. I mean, they have all the information they need on their fingertips and they don't think twice before exploiting anybody. I mean, after all, he's a very capitalist person and a kind of a very crook. There's no doubt about it. I think he has this kind of superiority complex where he don't think anybody is around his stature and anything everybody is subordinate to him. I feel like he's mentally sick. I mean, the bottom line is I feel like he's sick. After all, he's a politician, and all the dreams that he had, you know, shown to the Americans, MAGA, make America great again. Where are all those dreams now? I mean, whatever he told now, exact opposite is happening, isn't it? He told to, lower the inflations. Yeah, exactly. He's a pro-capitalist person, and when you, I mean, people sets priority. If your priority is capital, then you have to, let go other things. All the welfares take aside. When you want to have maximum share on the, share of the wealth, then somebody has to suffer, isn't it? I mean, imagine if you are expecting to get a fair part of the wealth of the entire country, then it's equality, and that's a very rare situation. That doesn't happen. It's a very, delusional theory. But when you are expecting an exponential share in the wealth of the country, then every other aspects take a side, including the welfares and morality and every other aspect that's out there. All those large order blocks you must be aware of, that's placed on the market when there's going to be an announcement. I mean, you must have heard uh, of people noticing some big orders being placed on the oil futures when Trump is about to, announce something just before 10 minutes or 5 minutes. People have clearly noticed it and made a TikTok about it, and it's quite a viral one. So people know what's wrong, but they don't have just, the courage to stand against it. Imagine the security exchange board in the on United States. All those regulatories are just waiting for his, tenure to end to take some actions. Right now, nobody has that guts. Nobody have that gut. He's a pure capitalist person, and his younger one, what's his name? Trump's younger son. But one thing when I think, I feel, very uncomfortable. He's around 80 years old. 80 years old. I mean, what he's going to do with the wealth and the kind, and for which he's doing the kind of atrocities that he's, you know, doing on this world. Even if he accumulated all those wealth, what the hell is going to do with all those? It's just illogical. Yeah, I think as soon as he stepped down from the, you know, chair of president, I mean, it won't, I mean, he won't be living very long. This is what I feel. Yes, gold is taking support of this 410 level, and just this level is currently preventing from falling further in the lower direction. This is a very strong support. I mean, it's the third instance in less than 5 hours. Which is your favorite political leader alive? Am I allowed to say that? The CM of your state. And what about you? Yes, no doubt about it. Yes, yes, of course. Oh, that's great. But he don't have very clean past as well. He has some dark spots on his career as well. Sure. No leader in India is worth Shivam Kushwaha vote. Even I mean only if Shivam could vote in United States, it would be really nice, right? This is USD CHF and it's continuing in our expected direction. This trade was for 1.5 risk reward, and now it's going to continue. This the move of on this particular pair is generally very you know kind of slow. Currently, it's forming a resistance here. This is a resistance zone which is intact here, and price is getting rejected from this level multiple times. This is the second times when price has faced resistance rejection from this very level. So it might take some more time to consolidate at these levels, and only after that, if it gives a breakout above this high 0.8204, then there might be some really interesting fresh long opportunities above these levels. So longer the consolidation, higher would be the conviction for us. We should wait till price forms some really nice consolidation at these levels. And only after that consolidation, if it gives a breakout, then that would be our fresh opportunity to take fresh longs. Why is that, Shivam? You are so in political mood today. You want to discuss so much of the politics today. Everything all right on your side? You are very interested into politics. Yes, I agree. Everybody should be interested into politics. Did you went to the Jantar Mantar during CJP protest? Were you there? For you, it would have been really nice outing, I must say. There was really fun stuff going on there. I mean, I was so feeling FOMO sitting here. It was just 4 months back I was there in Delhi. Let's screen the chart quickly of all the forex pairs that we follow on this program. This is Euro CHF, and the correction has just started. I feel like it's going to correct further to the lower levels, and after that, it might give a bounce back. This is a nice uptrend. Price has given a breakout above this bearish trend line, which I had pointed out as and when price given a breakout. I mean, I have written a article about this setup on TradingView account. You might want to check it out. At the level of 0.9284, I had given this trade, and now it's going quite steadily. This is the level from where it's expected to face some rejection. This is a strong point. This might prevent price from going further up. But yes, but if only price give a breakout above it, then there is a strong resistance above this purple rectangle that I have drawn here. This is the level of point 9396. This would be a major resistance. Since it has already given a good up move and a quite steep one, it would be nice if price retraces a bit. And after the retracement, if we could find some new entry setup or a reversal on the lower direction. I mean, after retracement, if it retests this support level or this rising trend line, and we could find some, kind of a bottoming formation here, then we could think of taking fresh long entries. Structurally, it seems like price is now topping out here. Next, we have GBP odd, and we are expecting a bounce back from this level. This is the confluence of horizontal support and a rising trend line. If price did give a bounce back from this level, then price might give a breakout above 1.9401, which is exactly what we are expecting. But before that bounce back, I feel like price might consolidate here for some more time, and only after some reasonable consolidation, it will give a breakout above 1.9401. Breakout trade should be your only trade setup here on GBP odd. I personally don't feel comfortable trading within this range. Till the time this range is maintained here, we should not be looking for long entries. After the breakout of 1.9401, we can think of taking long trades. This is the trade setup that we have here. We'll be following this trade setup. At the time of entry, we should be reevaluating our stop loss level. But for now, we have kept this stop loss level below this downswings low. This was the correction for the previous upswing. This pullback low is our stop loss for this upcoming trade. Trend is going to be in upward direction. Price is going to be moving in an upward direction. This is very clear looking at the higher time frame. This is the bounce back which price had clearly shown now. This is the support zone. And at the confluence of it, we have found a decade long rising trend line. So this becomes a strong bullish point or a strong demand zone. As and when price took a support of this level, you can clearly see how quickly price bounced back from this level. It didn't even consolidated here for some for longer period. It straight away came here till this level and gave a good bounce back. So now it should continue in the upper direction. Let's see gold. Gold is forming support and Bitcoin is going crazy. Bitcoin is up by around 1.12%. Yes, as we were expecting, price might give a bounce back from this rising trend line, and that's exactly what price did. Currently, it's facing bounce back, but this necessarily doesn't mean price is going to give a breakout on the upper direction as well. It might take a reversal at higher levels, or it might stays consolidating within this range only. Our outlook is on the bearish direction. We should be looking for fresh short entries. After this consolidation is completed, we would be looking for fresh short entries below these levels. Earlier, we were expecting a shorts below these, but since price had already given a breakout below this and had made this structure kind of not very beautiful. So we'll be looking for fresh shorts below these, but only after some considerable consolidation here. As I mentioned earlier, we are expecting this bearish trend line to get retested, and after the retest, if it shows rejection, the kind of rejection it has shown earlier during, on 27th July, if we find this kind of rejection and consolidation, then we would be happy to take shorts here. This is a structure which we are following, and after facing rejection from this level, we would be expecting a breakout of, on the price to rally on the bearish direction and give a breakout below this red candle's lower wick, because this is a tendency we have observed that after every rejection, price has shown its tendency to give a breakout below previous swing's low. So this was the low which was intact there, and after price got rejected here, it made a low which was lower than the previous swing, although it was not that of a new low which price had made, but still there was it was lower than the previous swing's low. So here also, when price got rejected from this level, it formed a newer low. So similar stuff we are expecting from price at these levels also. This is the ultimate support which we are expecting price to retest. This is 61,800 level. So I must say there is still a lot of decline, a lot of downfall which is left here on Bitcoin chart. This is a nice price structure, and you can clearly make sense of uh, the structure of Bitcoin on higher time frame. This is 2 hourly chart, a little zoomed out, and you can see how price was forming higher highs and higher lows, and suddenly it had stopped making newer highs and had started to make some newer low. When price gave a breakout below this level, that was the first instance when price had made a newer low which was significantly lower than the previous swing low. This was a support here. Price made a newer low. So after the breakout, this up move which had came here, we should be considering this as a pullback for the previous downswing. So it's fair to expect a decline from this very level. I think gold has given a breakout. Yes, we have entered the trade on gold. Yes, this trade is active below 4008. This is a paper trade. Don't, I mean, try to copy this because we all are aware of the fact that FOMC results are out, dropping at 11:30 today. So taking a short or taking any trades just before that event is kind of, I mean, no brainer. You shouldn't be doing that. This is a paper trade which has a high chances of working out. That's another fact, but let's see how it goes. It might continue till the support level of 39.59. More than 24-hour consolidation, after more than 24-hour consolidation, price has given a breakout in a continued direction. This was nice downfall. Price rested for a while, and after that, it again gave a breakout on the lower direction. So this is a nice setup on gold. Crazy volatility on Bitcoin price. Just it was up by around 1.2%, and it has for almost half of the gains that it did is vanished now. Yes, gold is moving in our direction, but I really fear that gold might not reach its target before 11:30. The reason behind that is pretty simple. The liquidity in the market is currently soaked up. There's not very large volume that's trading on the market right now. The main reason behind that is obviously there is a major event which is lined up today. So it really doesn't make sense to take trades. But however, looking at the price structure, we had put in here a probable trade which might work out. We are already in 40 pips in in our profitable direction, profitable side. This is Ethereum. It's consolidating, and this range is still intact. On Ethereum as well, we are expecting moves on the bearish direction. We should be looking for fresh shorts instead of taking long entries. Structurally, if you ask me, if you have to choose one among Bitcoin or Ethereum for taking fresh shorts, I would prefer Bitcoin and not Ethereum. The main reason behind that is Ethereum has not given a breakout. The structure is still intact on Ethereum. Price is continuously forming higher highs and higher lows. So the structure is still intact. Whereas if you see on Bitcoin, price had given a breakout below this strong support, which was intact here. And after the breakout, it's currently showing a corrective rally, but I mean, no worries, it's going to get sold off on the higher levels. This is what we expect. But after all, how it's going to unfold, it's completely on the market. Let me check if there is some news on the market because of which we are witnessing some good up moves on Bitcoin. I mean, I don't know why Forex Factory generally shows some of the important news in whites and some of the not so important news in yellows and the red flag. This is the Iran to get Chinese shoulder launch missile system in weeks. This is the important news, and price has, I mean, market has shown here a white flag, which means it's not that important. I think it's a big news. Yes, Bitcoin did give a closing of 30-minute at this resistance zone, which is intact here. And after that closing, immediate after the closing, you can see a red candle forming. Let's see, this is the range which we are looking forward to. Below this level only, we should be expecting any short trades. This is the level 64,114. Let's call it 64,110. Throughout the day, we were looking for some bullish trades, but at the end of the day, I mean, gold has started to show its move on the bearish direction. This is how tricky market gets sometimes. I was kind of feeling to take long trades at these levels just to get a preemptive long entry for this breakout. But I was right that we didn't went for it and we waited for the breakout of 4,055. which I mean never happened. And I think the relevance of this bearish trend line is over now. Let's get rid of it. Yeah, that's what I feel. Market is going to take a pullback at least till these levels. I mean, 4026 is the level which I'm expecting. Price might take a pullback till these levels, and after that, it might continue. It has already given a breakout. That's a fact. I mean, you cannot ignore that. Price had already given a breakout after getting rejected from here. Now it's just a pullback which is left here, and till the pullback would be, I mean, over. I think the FOMC data would be out, and at the top of the pullback, I think FOMC would be released, and soon after that, we might face some really big down move. Yes, this might really work out. Yeah, exactly. I also feel like during FOMC, it might give a big down move today because everybody is aware of the fact that inflation data was quite in the favor of, quite not in the favor of rate hikes. But looking at the trend of the oil, which price is moving, it was up by around 7%. So next month, inflation data could be very different from what it had came this month. And I think federal chairmen are very much aware of these facts. So they might not be signaling so much for the rate cuts, and that might lead to decline on the gold. Have you entered any trades, Shivam? Inflation data and interest rate data. Okay, you want to know the relation. They're basically, look, first of all, look at the structure, how, okay, well, inflation is basically, you know what inflation is, right? All the prices which are rising because of the I'm expecting a pullback. I'll plan for a trade after a pullback. Yes, that would be the nice strategy. I am also looking for a pullback, and after the pullback, I'll be entering into fresh shorts. Inflation is basically the when goods and services gets more costlier. That's inflation, and that's not good for the economy, right? To minimize that inflation, I mean, Fed has two work to do in the market. First, to keep the inflation in check, and second thing is to, I mean, was the dual mandate. First thing is definitely to keep the inflation in check, and second is to, keep the currency value intact. I mean, that's what I remember. Let me recheck. Dual mandate of Fed. Yes, maximum employment, and second is to keep the inflation at uh, at the target levels. Whenever inflation rises in the market, generally goods and services, I mean, the prices of the goods and services hikes up. So the main culprit for the inflation is considered to be the liquidity. I mean, when the liquidity in the market rises, when people have more resources at their hand for producing and demanding more products in the market, that's when inflation is hiked up. So to reduce that liquidity, Federal Reserve generally thinks on the lines of hiking the rates. Like whenever the interest rate would be high, there would be no more capital available in the market for very cheap. So in that case, the ideal situation for Fed is to hike the rates to cool off the inflation, right? So whenever the inflation get uh, high, we are expecting and we generally expect a rate hike. That's called hawkish monetary policy in Fed's words. And this is the jargon which they basically use. And opposite happens when inflation cools off. When inflation gets really down, there's a chances of rate hikes. Sorry, inflation when inflation really cools off, when inflation goes down, there's a chances of rate cuts to support the economic activity because low inflation is also not good because people lose the interest of producing goods and services. When inflation goes really down, it's a sign of economics slowing down. And economy also doesn't grow in that way. I mean, you need the ekdam right ratio of inflation in the economy to keep your economy growing steadily. So for that, Fed needs to hike the rates. Fed needs to cut the rates for increasing the supply or the liquidity in the market. Let me write it. This is what you need to understand. That's all. And whenever the Fed rate are hiked, it means bad for gold. And if you want to just make it more complicated or just want to add a nuance to it, this is the bottom line of the relationship between interest rate and inflation. Any questions, Shivam? Rates are generally hiked up to soak the excess liquidity in the market. Because if liquidity is there, people are going to demand in the market, and when demand grows, the prices, tends to rise. So the main motivation to hike the rates is to, lowers the demand, to lower the demand. Now I think this pullback might lead to retest of this immediate support that we had drawn here. Retest of the breakout level, and after the retest, I mean, it should continue ideally on the lower direction. I mean, his tenure got completed, I guess. And if you are trying to put the, the pressure of Donald Trump wala angle, then he was not signing up for rate cuts. Donald Trump wants rate cuts in the market. Trump want rate cuts, and Powell was against it. I mean, he has openly said that the new federal chairman, which is Walsh, uh, he only agreed to, make Walsh as a chief of Federal Reserve because he agreed to the Trump stance of cutting the rates. Okay, was he right? Are you asking about the Powell or Trump? You're asking about Powell, right? Yes, Powell was right because he was not agreeing to, cut down the rates. Because you see, cutting down rate has dual effect. First effect comes, of course, on the interest inflation. That whenever the rates are cut, inflation rises. Agree to me? And the second thing that happens is whenever the rate are cuts, the jobs are lost. So the Fed generally has this two mandate that I just talked about to maximize the employment in the economy and minimize the inflation in the economy. And when you look at it, both are inversely proportional to each other. I won't say proportional, but inversely related to each other. Whenever you expect higher employment, the inflation is supposed to rise because when more people are going to get their salaries in their bank account, then they are going to spend and make the more demand out of it. And eventually the inflation is going to rise. So this is always the trade-off between the choices that Fed have. They generally play on this, tiny margin that if I were to tweak the interest rate on the higher direction, then inflation might cool off, but again the unemployment might increase. I mean, this is the trade-off that they need to take care of before making any decision. This is why this is very, you know uh, hard to decide whether they want to, keep the rate stable or cut down rate. And Powell was not with the Trump on this matter because there was an inflationary pressure going on because of the, kind of from the COVID era itself. There was a very inflationary pressure because of the all this Ukraine and Russia thing. The energy prices was anyway at the higher levels. So because of all these reasons, Powell was not agreeing with the stance of cutting down the rates, which Trump was opposing. And if you ask me why Trump is so supportive of the rate cuts, because he's a businessman. He want capital to be available at lower rates, just for the cheaper capital which would be available. Rate cuts give a extra boost to the economy, and as he have promised with in his manifesto that he's going to give that push to the economy of United States, which has been stuck from very long. Yes, Powell is a good economic expert. I mean, any sadak chhap economist would give you the same advice. This is the basic maths, but this is the basic understanding. But the fact is, he's when he wants something, he almost acts as a dictator. I mean, even if he have, even Trump had now appointed the Wars. What's his name? Wars, right? The current Fed chief. Even he is not being, you know, that available for. He is not agreeing for rate cuts. Even now, Trump just want to seek attention of his followers and fulfill his election promises. Exactly. Every politician does that, right? That's the very nature of politics. Silver has not given a breakout below this level, whereas gold has already given a breakout and has continued for around 12 points, which accounts for 120 pips. I think silver is going to follow. Silver is going to follow the gold. Trump voter base is lower middle class and capitalist Americans. That's why he want to enter an Indian agriculture market. Okay, but I couldn't understand. Trump voter base is lower middle class and capitalist Americans. That's why he want to enter Indian agriculture market. I mean, statement is not clear to me. Is he trying to enter Indian agriculture market? Yeah, I got that, but you since you mentioned Indian agriculture market, that's the point that's creating confusion. I mean, could you explain that? Yes. Now I think Bitcoin is going to give a breakout below 64,110. Below this, I think we might want to short. Yes, let's put a short trade here. This is going to be the stop loss 64,750, and we are expecting this downfall. And India is a very big consumer of agricultural products, and our crops rate are very high as compared to American genetically modified crops like corn, rice, and many more. India is saying if I allow, okay. So you are saying crops are costlier here in India. Yes, this might be true because Americans have some of the most efficient way of producing the farm goods. So that might be the reason behind it. And they want to dump their product here in India because of which now it makes sense. Because our crop are not genetically modified, American products are generally genetically modified. That's why American crops are cheaper. Yeah, yeah, it makes sense, right? They are genetically modified, hence they grow very fast. They don't produce much wastage, right? And the productivity is very high. They take very few time to grow and productivity is very high. And they have best equipments for farming. That's why efficiency and productivity is very high in America. Yeah, and that's the exact reason why they are so able to produce very, large amount of crops within a very small piece of land. Bro, just to call it, we are the, 60%, 70% of our employable population are still employed on the farm works. 40% at least Indians are employed under farms, right? For farming activities. But looking at the productivity, does farming as an industry contributes 40% of the GDP? No, right? Whereas in America, only 5% population are involved in agricultural activity, and agricultural activity is supposed for at least more than 5 to 7% of the total GDP they contribute for it. So that parity in itself doesn't make sense in India. Yeah, that's the fact. I mean, ideally, India shouldn't because the kind of labor force that are involved in Indian agricultural industry is like phenomenal. I mean, 40% of the population is involved into Indian agricultural industry. Just look at this. Exactly, they shouldn't. 54.6%, around 55% population is involved in agricultural activity in India, and it contributes for around 15 to 18% to Indian GDP. This is the biggest, you know, pain for Indian government. It's just not getting better. What do you think of this Bitcoin trade? Should I, give it on Telegram? I think that we should avoid any trades today because we don't know uh, what will happen during FOMC. Shivam, just wait for 2 minutes. I'll be back. Yes, gold is again after the retest. It seems like it's continuing. I think it's a time now. We should be wrapping up this session. I have started this session late today, and I was late by around 20 minutes. श्योर भाई, मैं भी निकलता हूँ. Let's wrap up. So I think this is it for this session. Goodbye. Let's meet tomorrow at the same time, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Goodbye. Sure, sure, Sugam. Goodbye.